recruiting portion of kind of in the interview when you have somebody coming in, how to set the stage. And so what I mean by that is sometimes people can come in with a mindset of like, there's a little lag. I'm in the office, so hopefully my voice keeps up with my face. But um, so people might come in with this idea like a little chip on their shoulder, like what is this thing, you know like they're doing you a favor, right? And so in setting the stage, what you really want to do is establish as quickly as you can, like, flip the chip off the shoulder that they're in a situation and they're in a need, and you're trying to disturb them to recognize that, right? That, everything is not perfect and so forth, and that there's a reason they're here. So this it's I'll tell you this, I'm a little intimidated training this today, only because the two people I look up to most regarding recruiting in the business are Tony and Ace. Sorry. You guys are awesome.
You can do it.
What's
You're
wrong
doing
with
great,
me?
dear. Don't worry about it.
What's
Don't
wrong with
worry
me?
about it.
You
Yeah.
got it. You
So
got this,
to
Allison.
have them, yeah, that was weird. So to have them here watching this is kind of like, okay, only because, I would say I have, gained from them that mindset. We can start off in when we're meeting with people, and I can be a very nice person, right? But sometimes, nice doesn't get you. And I'm not saying you got to be mean. I'm just saying, you have to have an attitude that you have the cookie, right? Eddie Ayala, you have the cookie. So people are there because they're hurting. They're there because they're not making enough money. They're there because they need to make more money, right? And you have an opportunity to give them that ability, right? On a part-time scenario and a flexible schedule that they can do. And if it gets in them, they may be the next superstar, but regardless whether they help one person or 100,000 people, right? They made a difference for that person. So, it's important that you can set that stage early. So I try to script it as best I can. Recruiting is an art, it's a conversation, you know, it's going to flow, and sometimes it might go somewhere else than you thought because it's thinking, right? People are coming in on board, and 95% of them have an employee mindset. They're coming in and they might think this is a job, but you just need to establish early on, not necessarily, well, yeah, and this is kind of establishing early on that they're sitting on that side of the desk or that side of the Zoom because they're lacking in their life, right? Financially, somewhere. Something's not right where they are, because if it were right where they were, they wouldn't be sitting across from you, right? And it's basically just establishing that that, right? And that they know that, so that just like if you're sick and you go to the doctor and the doctor asks you questions, right? The doctor establishes that he can help you, right? That you're sick and he's the doctor or she's the doctor, right? It's the same thing. They're financially sick, right? And you're the doctor. And a lot of times, I know, like, we do life insurance and investing and we free up as much money as we can and we rearrange it. But, we can rearrange the chairs on the Titanic 14,000 times, but the ship's still going down. For most families, this idea of being able to earn extra income is actually their only hope. If they don't bring in more income into their household, right, they're not going to make it, because if what they were doing was paying them enough, then they already would be saving and investing what they need to do to be financially independent. It's very rare I sit down with somebody, do their F&A, rearrange stuff, and am able to find enough money for them to educate their kids, retire in dignity, do whatever it is that they want to do. Most people don't have enough money to do it. Okay. Let's kind of jump into it. Any points real quick from Ace and Tony before I jump into this? Or you want me just to go?
You
I
got
think
this,
you're
girl.
on it. Keep going.
Okay.
Yeah.
share the
Very
screen.
good job. Very good job. So proud of you, Allison.
Oh, thank you, Don. You're gonna make me cry again. They used to, when I was on stage and I'd cry, they'd scream from the audience. They'd be like, "Cry, Allison, cry!" I'm like, no, it's not helping. Okay, so who am I gonna role play with? Anyone? Anyone?
I think
I
Ace
mean,
will do.
Role play with Damara if he's open.
Demata or Pierre? Pierre, you want to do it? Oh, Pierre's off.
I can
Camera on.
volunteer if you want.
I couldn't hear you, Pierre. I think he said I'm eating. I can't do it.
No, that was Ida.
Oh,
Pierre looks like he's trying to get ready.
Okay.
I can't hear you, Pierre. Okay, I'm not gonna go with Pierre. All right, so you said Ida. You said you wanted to do it?
Yes,
Okay. Hi, Ida. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you.
I can't see you right now. So where are you? Okay, there you are. So thanks for jumping on the Zoom today. Did you have any problem finding us?
Well,
Just
it
a
took
little
me.
Zoom joke.
Yeah, that's all right.
So it's good to have you here. So just to kind of set the stage today, we're gonna, find out a little bit about each other. I know you don't know
Mhm.
me, we met out in Walmart and I don't know you really. So I want to
Mhm.
make sure that we get to know each other. It's probably going to take about 30 to 40 minutes. And I just want to make sure first off, do you have that time right now set aside? We won't have any
Yes,
interruptions. Yeah.
I will be listening attentively to you.
Okay, perfect, perfect. So it's pretty important. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead, turn off my phone. I don't want to, get things disrupted or anything. And can you do the same if that's okay? So we don't get interrupted?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Do it right now.
So getting started, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about myself. I was actually introduced to the company as a client. I used to work in government contracting, and the company came in, they did a money seminar on like everything regarding money. They educated us for like an hour and a half on how money works. And I learned more in that one sitting than I had in my entire life. And they helped me do better financially. Now, they did talk because they were looking for people to work with us, just like we are right now. And they talked to us a little bit about that. But because I worked uh, like in the company, they had signed an agreement. They wouldn't hire anybody out of our company. So they couldn't actually hire me, but I thought it was pretty interesting. So my husband decided to start working at the company. He worked part-time. And during that time frame, my boss started to get really abusive, right? Anybody ever had have you ever had an abusive boss?
Yes, there can be.
Yeah, so she started getting a little toxic. And so with time, we worked out a plan and I went full time and I never looked back, right? And so my son was born shortly after that. And the great thing for me that this company did for me was, my son, I've never had to ask for time off, never had to get permission from anybody. If I wanted to go on, be the field trip mom, I was the field trip mom, the football mom, I was the football mom. So it really allowed me, just went into college now. And so, for the last his entire 12 years of schooling, nobody told me when or what I had to do regarding my son. So that was like a huge benefit. What's amazing is that it also allowed, during that time to earn income. When I got started in the company, I think they were paying me like $28,000, right, a year. But I've been actually, I mean, there was a 1 month I made 29,000 in just 1 month off of one transaction. So it really allowed me to not just spend time with my family and what's important to me, right? Once I went full time, but it also has allowed me to, continue making money and paying bills and so forth and not having to depend on somebody else for that. So that's kind of a little bit about me and how this affected, my family. So just to get a feel, what about you? Like, what do you do now, Ida?
Well, right now I'm working on a part-time basis, doing some projects, and as they come in, my responsibility is to deliver on time. And sometimes if the people are not available and things, so time goes by and you cannot deliver, and there is a lot of conflicts, and so there is a lot of situations that we go through. And also it affects me because I would like to be more timely and get involved in more projects so I can get more money. But
So when you say projects, what do you mean by that? What exactly are you doing?
you do there are contracts that they have different responsibilities in creating software's development and the management and the training,
Oh, okay.
different.
So you're like software development, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, we are in the software management process, and then we need to deliver. And when we deliver, we need to be on time. But if the project manager cannot handle it on time, so we will not deliver. And that is contrary to what I would like to, because as a contractor, I would like to move faster and to get more money, which is my purpose.
Okay,
So
so
right now,
let
I'm a
me just
bit
make
tight
sure I'm hearing you right,
economically.
because you're talking a lot. You're giving me a lot. So you're saying that you work in a project, you get the projects, you do them, but sometimes you can't meet deadlines, and that sounds like it's causing you stress. Is that true?
Sometimes they don't meet the deadline, so I get stressed because I would like to complete it on time and get more other projects so yeah, I can get more money. I need more income right now.
Okay, so their lack of getting it done is affecting your pocketbook. Is that true? Okay, that can be annoying.
Correctly.
What do you like about it? I mean, it sounds like you're obviously there, so what do you like about your work?
Well, I like that it's comfortable to some of the mindsets that I have, and it's not difficult to develop the project. But what is annoying is that I would like to get more money than this, and I'm stuck.
Okay, so you like that you know what you're doing, right?
Yes,
It's comfortable, you know what you're doing, you feel like an expert, but you feel like it's not bringing in enough money in. Is that true?
that's true. And the market is very saturated right now.
Okay. So now let me ask you then, because obviously you're here for a reason, right? It's very rare somebody comes into my office and sits down to talk about making more money if they're 100% happy with what they're doing now. And you've shared a little bit about what you're unhappy with, but I want to kind of hone in on the money part of it. So you said you will need to make more money. What is it right now that you haven't been able to accomplish because of the lack of money? Like, what are some of the goals or things you want to get that you haven't been able to do because you don't have enough? Did you freeze? Did she freeze or did I freeze?
I
I
think
think
she
she
froze.
Well,
froze.
I would like to put, yes, she's fine. Then I would like to do some,
Special clubs?
I'm sorry.
Sorry, you froze for a second, Ida. So you said all I heard was special clubs. So you said you'd like to put your kids in some special clubs?
Yes, and that requires money. And
So what clubs, like, do they have certain tasks or things they do? Like my son does football. Like, what kind of clubs are you
oh,
talking?
my son is basketball and football, and also my daughter, she's in swimming. She's an excellent swimmer. They would like her to be in a competition, and sometimes to be in some of those good competitions, you have to be coached and pay the coaching, or probably in special
Sure.
clubs.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. My son plays football, and yeah, that's a lot of money. How much money do you feel like every month is the shortfall? Like, what do you need to have to be able to give them the best coaches, the best situation, do best by your kids for what their goals are?
I do need money.
Like, how much do you
I
feel
do
like
need
you're
money to do that.
shy?
I'm sorry.
Like, how much money do you feel like every month you would need to have coming in order to be able to give the kids the best?
I mean, I would put any effort to get any money. It doesn't matter to me. I mean, I would like to have $2,000 or $3,000 at least extra.
2 to 3 thousand extra. So where you are right now, do you have the ability to earn an extra $2, 3 thousand a month?
No, that's what I'm saying. We cannot move if they don't move.
Mm-hmm. And so what would, if you were able to do that and give the kids all the coaching, what would that do for your family? How would that make you feel?
Oh, we'll be satisfied that at least for a moment of time or period of time, we are meeting some of the plans and expectations we have.
Right. Would that allow them to get in like a better college or?
Definitely, they can be competitive in the sports and the colleges, yes.
Okay. And that's important too, I guess. Besides that, is there anything else you feel like you would need to have extra money in coming
Well,
in?
of course, I would like to do some renewals in the house,
Mm-hmm.
so we can perhaps have other styles, other things that I have in mind. I have some projects, but some of these projects require money. So
Right. So
they are
lots of
delayed.
projects on the back burner, right? Dang
Yeah.
it. We love our house projects. Okay, so you're saying like an extra 2,000 a month would allow you 2 to 3 would allow you to be able to, give your kids the best coaching, help them with their activities and so forth, but also some of the projects that you've been putting on the back burner, you could then, do, and then that way you'd have a better overall life for your family, I imagine,
Yes,
correct?
at least a start, yes.
Okay, so can you imagine how great it's going to feel when you're able to do that for them, right?
Oh,
You sitting at their
it's
games,
going.
knowing you're the one that they do that touchdown or that, basketball hoop crazy win the game final shot, and you're
Yes.
like, that coach taught him and I got him that coach.
It
Yeah.
is it is going to be a dream come true for my son.
Wow. Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. So, do you feel like right now you could write a check for that $2,000 and it wouldn't bounce?
No, I have to go and borrow from family or do something temporarily until I can return the money. It's a process.
Right. Robbing Peter to pay Paul. So, how important is it? Because I want to make sure I got the right goals. How important, like on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is it to you that you're able to do that for your kids and you're able to, do these projects you've been putting aside? Is it a 10's most important, one's like, eh?
It is very, very important. It's fundamental. I would prefer them to be up than me. I
Okay, so
mean,
you'd say
my
it's a
goal is
10.
them to be above. Yeah.
So you'd say it's a 10. Okay, got it. But you don't have the money to do it, right? So,
Not flexibly.
and you don't have a way to make the money through your current job to do it.
The only way is to leave this job and find another one. So I am
Okay.
looking for another solution.
So it sounds like someone has a problem. Who has the problem?
I have a problem.
Correct. Right. So you remember when we met and you asked me, like, you were trying to find out, what do you do, Allison, while we are talking in Walmart? And I was like, we got to talk later. Okay. So what I do basically, my mission is what we're talking about now. I help people get very clear on what it is that they want, and then I show them how to get it.
Mhm.
Right. How do you feel about that idea?
I'm looking forward to see it, to
Right.
hear it.
And if I turned around and taught you how to do that and you could help people do that, and that allowed you to make your extra $2,000, $3,000, so the kids get to do everything that they need and you are able to do all your projects and not have to stress about it, is that something that you could get excited about?
I would love to do it. Yes.
Okay. And then how many people do you think are out there that need help with this kind of stuff?
I think many people are quietly suffering. I believe a
Yeah.
lot of people are in need.
Sure, definitely. Lots of people need help like this. So suppose there's a way that I can help you accomplish all these goals, right? Doing something good, right? You start off part-time and then work your way in. Is that something that you could, that would pique your interest, I guess?
Definitely, definitely. Money always talks.
Okay. And is there anybody else that would be involved in making that decision that you would need to run this by before you could decide whether or not to work with us?
No, not anyone else.
Okay. Are you married?
I'm a widow.
Oh, you're a widow. Okay. And then no like input from the son or the daughter or whatever. You could
No,
just,
no, no. We are
okay.
buddies. Yeah,
The
yeah.
only reason I asked that is obviously if there was another decision maker, I'd want them here, right, when we talked, but we can go ahead and get into things. So let me go ahead and show you what we do.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yeah. There we
Wow.
go. So
Good
I
job.
know that I elaborated a little bit because and that is what's going to happen. You're going to have a core, right? You need a core bouncing ball you're following, okay? And so you're opening up here, a little story about you. In your story, you want to try to make certain points. Like my point was obviously as a mom, I wanted to control my life. I didn't want to have to ask permission to do things for my son,
Mhm.
right? At the same time, I needed to make money. So it's that idea that you want to get in your story. So there's story points you want to make. You're trying to connect, right, with them. Now on this, what do you do now? What would you like most? What would you change? What you're trying to establish there is a couple things. Number one, what don't they like at work? What do they like? Because no matter what they like at work and what they don't like at work, right? We can give them what they like and we can get rid of what they don't like, right? So you want that information. But this is also going to sometimes tell you about their personality type. What do you like
Mhm.
most? Oh, I love helping people. There's an R, right? There's a relationship type person. What would you change? or what do you not like? They don't pay me enough. Okay, there's an A personality, right? It doesn't move quick enough, right? That's an A personality. So, I like that it's organized and, that there's a system we follow, right? I like that I'm an expert. Okay, the system to follow and organize is a stability. The person that likes like that they get to learn and work and whatever, that's a T. So you're going to be able to sometimes identify that as you get better. That's why we ask those questions. But really, you're doing the pulling out in the beginning so you can again feed it back to them that everything that they want, we have, right? And now we can talk. Okay. Before we get started in role play, any input from Tony or Ace? Are they still here?
No, I'm here.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
I think number 3,
Yeah.
this is, you got to be very passionate. This is really you, why you are doing this.
Mhm.
And if you say I was a mechanic and then I heard this and I wanted to give it a try, so I joined. That's one way of saying it. But then you really needed to know what you were doing, what was happening, and when you started, what happened.
Mhm.
And then what transpired and why you're so excited about it.
Mhm.
See, if that doesn't transpire, it's like painting a picture.
Contest.
You got to be so clear on it, why you are so excited, why are you jumping off the chair. What is that? The lottery is like you won the lottery ticket, right? You have not got the money, but your list is 1,000 things in the lottery, right? So I think that portion, number 3, however and be real on your story. Don't have to make it. My story is my story. Allison's story is Allison's story. A's story is A's story.
I feel like maybe what we'll do for the next recruiting session, which is like 2 weeks from now, maybe we have everybody that's on here work on your story so we can role play your story the next.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
So that's an
that's
assignment. You
where,
have 2 weeks to write down your story,
yeah,
and then we
yeah.
can role play it on that Friday.
I mean, if
Maybe
I go to
that's
A's
Thursday.
office, what do I see in A's office? A's office has, every time I see it, I mean, I know his office more than probably he knows. He got his family's photos. He got his girls' pictures. He got his boys' picture. He don't have all the stuff he got from one from primary. He doesn't have that. So what is important to Ace?
Family.
His family, man. His girls, his boy. So that is so important. What this company is going to do and what you believe is going to happen, that's what you need to work on. That's what people buy into. People buy into the hope you are providing it to them. People buy into, oh, without this person, I ain't going to make it. And that one, and you know what? Be honest with you, Miss Allison.
Uh-huh.
Then you got to deliver it. It's not a lip talk, okay?
Yeah.
What you said, hey, this is what I'm going to do. You better be on it. So that's the only thing I would suggest.
So as far as people with their pictures on, we got, and this I really do feel like to role play this one, you need to have your camera on.
Mhm.
We really need to pay attention to.
Allison, can I share one
Oh yes, please, please, please.
thought real quick? When I share my story, okay, it's very short. Okay, I try to get from A to Z on the recruiting interview. I try to get it done under 40 minutes. Okay, just get it done. What I want to do is I want them to feel, and this is just the way I do it. Okay, I want them to feel like, man, can I do this? Right? Can I do this financial services stuff? And so I do mention, and I'm looking at your points, right? I do mention, so listen, uh, we met, blah, blah, blah. You refer to me, doesn't matter how we met. What I'm going to share is, listen, the financial services industry, most people that I meet are not looking to work in the financial services business. It's rare. As a matter of fact, my story, or what I tell them, I'll say, Allison, they were looking for my dad. They weren't looking for me. I just finished failing out of school, and I never finished school. I'm not proud of that, Allison. So you can imagine my my dad's disappointment, right, when his oldest son didn't finish school. My father has two PhDs, right? So I was looking for something that I could build a career over. So please don't let the information intimidate you. We're going to go cover a lot of information in a short period of time. So are you in a position right now where you're not going to be disturbed for the next 14 and a half minutes, however long the video is?
Yeah,
So
we're
the
good.
story's got to be short.
Yeah.
The story's got to be, how can I connect with, let's say, Hector? How can I connect with Hector? Latino. Okay, awesome. Whatever it is, you got to find that connect. I'm talking to the new folks. Allison is an expert presenter, and a recruiter. So, but I'm talking to the new folks. You've got to be able to say, there's got to be, uh, we talked about it yesterday.
Common ground.
Yeah, common ground,
Common
rapport.
ground.
You got to build that rapport. And that's why, honestly, that's why I think I've been able to transfer over the years the recruiting aspect of our business, because it's like, if I don't connect with you, look, I got a guy named that he calls me coach. He calls me his upline. Um, and I don't know the guy. I don't know the guy. His name is Omar Morales, right? He won the security strip. He was over there in Canada, and I said, Omar, well, but why do you call me your coach? He said, Ace, I've never met somebody like you that can relate to people. And that's the one thing, when you're recruiting people, you got to be able to say, am I connecting with this person? That's the thing. And I love the script, Allison. It's awesome. You got to
Very
have
well
something
done.
to follow. It's awesome. So congratulations. Thank you.
It was very good. It
Yeah,
was
and I
very
think
easy for me
Ace,
to understand.
yeah, Ace with your why, like not your why, your story. The great thing about Ace's story is that everybody coming in, they feel like they're falling short somewhere, like they're not enough, like that's a little thing in the back of everybody's mind. Even the most
Right.
successful people, there's this little thing like, I'm not enough, or I didn't do enough, or I could do better, or I disappointed this person. Like instantly, just connects. So
Yeah.
that's cool. Um,
I'm a failure. I failed school. Failed, I, I
You,
failed. I was telling my wife yesterday, Ida, that I didn't fail any of the licenses with the exception of the auto and home, right?
yeah.
And my son, he gets really, really hard on himself because he wants to do the business, but he's going to finish school. But I told him, son, I failed my auto and homeowner. A $70 license cost me like
mm,
400. It's people got to see that you're real, that you're going to connect, that this is not for everybody. There's a saying, Primerica's for everybody, but not everybody's for Primerica. You with me? So you just got to be able to connect. I'm sorry, Allison. Go ahead,
No,
man.
no, we're good. I just want to try to get one person at least through it. On today, right? Because we're gonna do the story thing, 2 Fridays. I mean, yeah, 2 weeks from now. With the story, just you can go real quick. I know like that's an important part, right? But so I want to try to get you through the outline and the idea of things, especially for newer folks, like even if you're just reading it for now. So who would like to go through this scenario? We got Alexander, Pierre's got his camera, Tracy, um, Tilda, Jeff. Any of you guys ready to rip off the band-aid? Have at it. You can just read it. You don't have to be perfect.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call someone out.
Alex, you can do it.
Nah, I'll go ahead and do it. And
Look, and I knew
no
Pierre
one
would
wants to
step
come
up.
up. I'll be the guinea pig. I've been pretty good with being a guinea pig.
There you go, Pierre. You got this, homie. I believe in you.
Yeah. Pierre's always steps up, always role plays, and you know
That's
who's
right.
gonna get the best here?
Yeah,
Right.
that's
You want to
how.
know
Pierre.
who's going to
You,
grow, who's going to get better?
you,
Pierre.
Pierre.
you, you.
All right, I appreciate y'all. All right. What am I gonna do with you, Allison?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Allison, for coming.
Sure.
Today we are going to find out a bit about each other. You don't know me and I don't know you. So we are gonna go in and get to know each other. So
Okay.
it's
Sounds good.
going to take about 30, 40 minutes. Do you have that time now available?
Yeah, I do. I set it aside. I got about an hour.
Okay, great. Awesome. Um, this is important, so I'm going to turn my phone off. Can I ask you to do the same so we aren't interrupted and I have your undivided attention?
Sure. Okay. Yep.
You're the best. I appreciate you. Awesome, awesome. Um, so I just want to go ahead and pretty much just briefly let you know how I ended up here in this position pretty much. Um, Pretty much what had happened, I had went ahead and I had lost my baby sister in back in 2018, and then I ended up losing my mother in 2020. And unfortunately,
I'm
not
sorry.
only did I have to deal with the burden of their loss, I had to deal with the burden of their finances because
Mm,
we were not at all financially literate when it came to what we're supposed to have in place when it comes to our finances.
wow.
So basically, I did after dealing with that, and I was pretty much left with my hands out asked for help with their remains and things of that nature. After dealing with that, I did the right thing with getting coverage on myself. And
Okay.
then not only did I do that, I went ahead and I decided I want to go ahead and take on this path of career because I absolutely want to um I'm sorry, hold on. I hit the thing. All right. Because I absolutely wanted to go ahead and take on this mission when it came to bringing financial awareness to our community, especially the fact that our family was financially educated, and I grew up around so many other individuals that's not financially educated. I'm sure you
Yeah.
can you
A
relate
lot
as
of
far
people.
as
Definitely.
can you relate as well as far as yourself? I mean, are you coming from a family? Are you coming from, anyone in your family that were, millionaires or anything like that?
No. No
Yes, thank
millionaires in
you.
my family. No, we haven't had a
Me
conversation
neither.
that one yet.
I'm saying me neither.
In the future, maybe, but no.
Right. So that's why I absolutely figured I'm definitely going to need to get into an environment where I'm definitely going to need to learn about the money game and how to get on it as best
Yeah,
as possible.
that makes
And
sense.
so, yeah, absolutely. So that's my story. That's where I'm coming from, Allison. Let's find out a little bit about you.
Sure.
So, what do you do now? What is it that you do now? And
I work in government contracting. I'm right now working on I work for an Alzheimer's center, so I help like the caregivers and researchers kind of find information to help them with whatever area they're going in regarding that disease specifically.
okay, wow, that's definitely sounds like an exciting career
Mm,
that you're on path with.
sounds fancy on paper. Yeah.
Okay, is that deal where it sounds more fancy than what it actually is
Yeah.
actually doing? Okay, got you.
I mean, I do a lot of research for people and the families and the researchers, but a lot of digging in the
Okay,
computers. Yeah. Sending out papers.
okay, I got you. I got you.
Mhm.
And what do you like most about it that you do? What do you like most about what you do?
I mean, I like that I help people, like when I help like a caregiver and they're stressed and they're having problems and they're at their wits' end, and then I can give them direction to, at least alleviate some of their challenges. That's really rewarding.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, that's really noble of you for sure.
Mhm.
And Allison, what would you change as far as what you're doing? What would you change?
It doesn't pay very well. So,
Mm,
like I'm helping people, but then my family, like we struggle, to make ends meet. So it's a little frustrating that you don't get paid better to do it.
that's
I'd
very
make more
frustrating.
money. That's,
Right, right.
here we are.
Doing all that work and just and you feel that you're in a prestigious position like that, and yet you fall short when it comes to taking care of you and your family. So, ugh, that sucks.
Yeah.
So, Elson, let me ask you this. Obviously you're here for a reason. It's very rare I've um that I have anyone walking into my office to learn about extra income or career change if they're 100% happy where they are, what they're doing. So what is that is important to you? What is it that's important to you? What is
Uh,
it that you want to accomplish?
I mean, I would like to have more money to be able to. So, I'd like to help my son a little bit. He's really good in sports. He's great in football. I need to get him a coach, like a trainer, because I feel like he could excel there. So that's important. But I mean, in all seriousness, though, you know, we don't have enough money, to even sometimes some of the end of the month is a struggle to get the bills paid. So that stress is really frustrating. So just to even get it where like it's not ever like over and over and over again every month, I'm just trying to, move stuff around to get the bills paid. So that just alleviating that stress would be huge for me. Um, I mean, above and beyond that, yes, my son's coach, I'd like to move. I have a list of things that I would like to do to make my life better, but initially, I would just like to, you know, alleviate that stress.
Okay, Allison. So just to clarify, at the very least, you would definitely like to accomplish being able to supply the opportunity for your son to excel uh, with his sports without you having to struggle and
Yeah,
have to nitpick every little way along the way. And then on top of that, the further goal, you have a list of other things you would like to go ahead and accomplish. And you're not able to go ahead and do that as of now because you don't have the income. Is that correct?
correct.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and kind of just pretty much start with okay, because we pretty much went through that part. Okay. So Allison, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, how important are these goals to you? How important is it to you?
I mean, that's a
Really?
10. Yeah, getting out of this situation's a 10. I got to do something.
Okay. Okay, great. And Allison, do you know why people don't normally hit their goal?
Um, I don't know. Maybe they don't know. They don't have a way.
A lot of times, Allison, is because they don't know the price. They
Okay.
don't know, what target to aim, what to go for. Um, so Allison, do you know how much money you need to save to reach them, to reach your goal?
I mean, I feel like we're probably about maybe like 800 to $1,000 shy every month. Like I feel like I'm always, yeah. And so I like an extra that. And then for his sports, I don't really have any idea how much a trainer would cost, but I imagine it'd probably be like so probably like 2,000 a month when I think about it. 1,500 to 2,000 a month extra would really alleviate some stuff. Okay,
Okay.
just a timeout though here. Okay, so some of the goals, right? Like for me, I just need extra income, and that's a
Mhm.
good way to get it. You just need to ask that. But sometimes their goal might be financial independence or their kids' college, so you might pull out a financial calculator and help them calculate it. So it really depends on the family and what you got out up here, right? Of them of what they want to accomplish, but you just need to translate it into some sort of money, and that amount of money is the answer, right? If they have that
Okay,
amount of money.
so I figured so this is the area where we want to go ahead and once we get a good outline of what they want to accomplish, then pull out the financial calculator and
Right. So
start
you might pull out
calculating.
financial calculator if it's like FIN number or their college. But if it's something like this where I just have a shortfall in making up the difference and I have a specific goal like my son's thing, right? Then I might say, oh, if I had an extra 800, 500 a month for my bills and then another 500 for my son, now I got it to 1,000. So you just want to get it to a money amount. And then once you get that, you go to number 8, which is like, okay, so you need 1,800 a month to make sure Anthony can, do
Oh,
his football and you're you're paying your bills on time.
Yes.
okay.
Are they going to pay you an extra 1,500 where you work? Okay, so go ahead to 8. Sorry. So we're at 15.
Okay, so Allison, so you need to set aside. You said like 800. You need to set aside about $1,000 a month, um, to be, to go ahead and comfortably be able to go ahead and see to it that your son is getting through with his football practice and football games, things of that nature, football ventures. Is that correct?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Hey,
So,
Samsung, you're writing all over the place, man, on your phone. Stop searching the web, Samsung.
um,
Okay. I don't know how to erase it.
and Allison, do you have the extra $1,000? Well, how
Um,
about you?
no, I definitely don't have it.
Okay, so you're not going to be able to write yourself a check for the extra $1,000 without it bouncing. Is that correct?
That is definitely correct.
Wow. So Allison, um, you said I was a 10, meaning it's really important that you provide that for your son, right?
Hmm.
But
Right.
you don't have the extra $1,000.
No,
So let me ask you, Allison, who has the problem? If
I
it's really
definitely
important,
have.
but you don't have that $1,000,
Yeah, I definitely have a problem because,
you have that problem, right?
yeah.
I got a question.
Okay, so you so Allison, you remember when we originally had met, and you had asked me what is it that I did exactly, and I told you I was going to go ahead and get to that eventually when we went ahead and connected and sat down once I had your undivided attention. So, Allison, my mission is to help people get clear on exactly what they want, and then show them how to get it. How would that make you feel, Allison?
That would be great. That would be good.
And Allison, how many people would need help like this?
Everybody needs help like this. I mean, I can't be the only one that's struggling a bit.
Yeah, exactly. So, Allison, suppose there is a way I can help you accomplish your goals. Is there anyone else besides you who will be involved in making that decision?
I mean, I guess it would definitely affect my husband as well if I picked up something part-time. So yeah, I would run it by him.
You will want to go ahead and make sure to run whatever we go over with your husband. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So, wouldn't you agree it would probably make more sense for us to go ahead and set another appointment with the both of you,
Yeah,
so I
that would
can
make
go ahead
sense.
and go over with the information,
We can do it on
and
Zoom,
the
right?
practice of everything. Yeah, we can go ahead and set up another. We can go ahead and set up another Zoom appointment, and
Yeah.
that way, I can go ahead and clearly go over the information with the both of you at the same time. And then we
Oh,
can go from there. Is that fair enough?
that's fair.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. So let's go ahead and
Do number
um
12. Do number 12.
okay. When are you both normally home together so the three of us can get together? Would tonight or tomorrow night be better?
I think I can get him on tonight. I'll get him on the Zoom tonight, like around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, tonight. Okay, so would 5 or 6 work? Well, 5 and 6 this evening work best for you. Which one?
Oh, actually, 6 is even better. Let's do 6.
6? Okay,
Yeah.
great.
We'll jump on Zoom at 6. His name's Guy, by the way. Yeah.
Okay, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and set an appointment. So I'm gonna jot down myself, and please put this on your schedule. We'll jot down that we're gonna go ahead and reconnect at 6.
Perfect.
And we'll go ahead and you already have my Zoom information, so we will meet in the same place, and we will be meeting with you and your husband, Guy, and we'll go ahead and go from there. So I really look forward to going ahead and do that and
Yeah,
meeting with both.
I'm looking forward to the answer, man. Okay, so good stuff. So
Right.
who we'll do real quick because it's 10:02 and everybody's back, but who has feedback for Pierre?
I actually had a question, Allison.
Okay.
So I know the original verbiage for this script was written back when, we bundled policies and stuff. I noticed at the end when he asked about will there be anybody else included in making this decision? My question is, I've had people where I felt like I was giving them the objection, because they hadn't thought about it at first. Well, now that you think about it, I would want to talk to and then I also have clients who made the decision without the other, well, he doesn't believe in life insurance, but I do. I want some for myself. Would you still say that now, even though we don't
So
bundle and we do separate?
this is a recruiting process, right? And the idea of this recruiting process is if I've met Pierre, for example, out in the world, and Pierre has a wife, who's involved in the decision of her getting started. We want to be with both decision makers, but it's also an opportunity because, you have your recruiting hat on, but you also have your helping the family hat, right? Like I was introduced to
Right.
the company as a client, but there's other people that are introduced to the company as a recruit. But either way, right, whether I'm introduced as a client first and then become a recruit or introduced as a recruit and then become a client, my mission is to help people become financially independent. So if Pierre has a spouse, my goal is to get in front of the two of them, right? Because to help them get clear on what it is that they want and show them how to get it, right? I need to work with husband and wife, identify their needs and so forth. So they may become a recruit first, but then they're going to become a client, may become a client first. We want them both together, right? If possible. Because if you go forward and I'm not saying that I've never done it, right? But if Pierre's like, oh yeah, I'm
Right.
married, but I make my own decisions. And if I go forth and do the recruiting interview and I hire Pierre, Pierre's going to go home and talk to his wife, and his wife might beat him up with a billy club, right? And I never see Pierre again. So as much as possible, if there's somebody else that's going to affect me making a decision, right? If I say yes, but then Guy tells me no, right?
Yeah.
I don't know anybody else that's married, but that's hard to get past. So isn't
No,
it
I
better?
understand.
Doesn't it make more sense if Guy's going to be involved in me moving forward that he hears the same information while I'm hearing it so we can discuss it and make a decision? Right. So this is like on a recruiting thing, but I think it's the same thing with a life policy. There's two decision makers. Can you close it without the other one there? Yes. But will it stay on the books?
Hmm.
Maybe not. Right.
Yeah.
So, you just need to be aware if there's somebody else that's that involved in decision making, you need to know that.
Yeah, I just sometimes it felt like I was creating the objection, but I do understand the purpose of it, but it was like, okay, if they were looking for a way out, sometimes it felt like, okay, you was with me, yes, 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 up until I said that, and then it was almost like I created the issue. So I was just maybe that's in my own mind, but I understand the reason why we do it because it's like, I've had that. When I got recruited, I went home and told my parents about the rule of 27, and it was just
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
like, so I get it.
Yeah. And this seriously right here, this thing right here, this is all Tony. Tony's really good about this, right? I'm horrible about this, but if you do want to get in front of the decision maker, if there's another decision maker. Yeah.
Good deal.
As far as feedback you asked,
Yeah.
I would tell Pierre to really learn it and internalize it, and then really work on tempo and tonality,
Tonality.
because that's really, I think one of the things that makes Tony really great at this is his tempo, his tonality, and all that stuff. It's something that I need to work on too, I know. So that's just something that kind of stood out.
Yeah, because even on like, for example, Pierre, just for example, on the so like on a scale of 1 to 10, you're like, so on a scale of 1 to 10, like kind of like I'm going through the motion. I don't really want to ask you this one. So that's not necessarily what you were feeling, but the tone of it came out like that. Like, I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is it to you? Like, I don't know. It was the way the inflection, right, that you had at the end made it sound like going through the motions versus like you seriously cared whether or not like what I was. Yeah.
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 Good
So I
feedback.
would say that's the main thing, Pierre. You put yourself out there every time, which is awesome, right? I think if you record yourself, right, you'll hear those little nuances, those little differences. It's not so much the flat voice, it's more actually even where you put the inflection, you did it in the wrong direction, so it sounded more like, I don't know the word, but that would be the main thing, is what he said too, tonality, paying attention to the ups and downs. Okay.
Communication. It's all about, good communication requires tonality. It's not always what you say,
How
but
you
it's
say?
how you say it.
Yeah.
Are you fired up? Are you excited? Some of you guys need to tell your faces you're happy and excited. It's like, woo, I'm depressed. I mean, especially, you got to be, it's sometimes work. I get it. Business overview. You've heard it a million times, but you got to be fired up when you're talking to people. Hey, we've got to figure out this t-shirt thing. We had a t-shirt incentive last month, and I have heard from Jay, I've heard from Ellis, but we have this cool t-shirt that we've produced, and I haven't ordered them yet, but I need to put an order in, and we've lost some of the RVPs. So, I mean, Deep Arena, they're not here. I need to get a head count of who's participating. We got this nice t-shirt that we've got that we can get made. And the goal was to have, I don't know if I'm going to get it done by Saturday. I mean, it's Wednesday. I can put the order in today and try, but I don't know. But I need the order. I need to put the order in ASAP Aurelius. Hector, anybody on your team qualify for the t-shirt? I would think you should get the t-shirt yourself.
Yeah, I got it. It was 1 by 1, right?
1 by 1.
Yeah, I got it.
What size do you want? We're going to have you participate. So that means you're going to buy your own shirt. Is that all right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's do a medium, I guess.
Medium for you. So I'm going to put Hector down for a medium.
Do you know if they size big or small? Because
I think it's like they're like Hanes shirts or the
Yeah.
whatever shirt. So I'm thinking medium would be a good size for you. I'm going to get a large for
Okay.
myself.
I'm weird like that. It's like sometimes mediums are huge and then sometimes small. Anyways, we'll
I
go
hear
for
you.
it.
You're in that mid-size area.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know I'm wearing large now, not XL, thank God, but I feel better. I'm happy about that. But anyway, that's not you neither here nor there. Who else got a t-shirt? We need to get the orders in. I'm going to send Ace the bill because I got like 5 coming to Ace's team. Anybody else? It's going to be easy. Matt, anybody in your team getting the t-shirt 1 by 1?
Me.
Jasmine can pull up the numbers and you can just see.
Yeah.
Okay. That means I got to send a message to Jasmine. Okay. Tracy, we got to get you some t-shirts, girl. We got to get you 1 by 1,000 every month, 2 by 2. Let's get you going. You got what it takes. I'd listen to you. I'd be recruited to you. Got to get you moving. Let's go, go, go. All right. Well, that's it. I'm going to send the message out on the group, and I'll send a message to Jasmine, see if we can get the